Welcome to Affiliate Nerd Out. I am your nerderator, Dustin House, spreading that good word about affiliate marketing. You're going to find me nerding out with industry folks every Tuesday and Thursdays and anywhere you can get your podcast. So please consider subscribing. My nerd guest today, Evan Johnson, Biz Dev Director over at MitGo. Thanks for joining me, Evan. Welcome
Thanks,
to the
Dustin.
Nerdatorium.
It's a pleasure being here. Sorry I forgot my glasses. I can't say I'm that much nerdy now, but hope I'll fit in.
Oh, you've got glasses and you just didn't wear them today. We're off to a bad start, but you know what? I think you can bounce back. We'll see what happens here. If you'd like to ask any questions about affiliate marketing, about Mitgo, Admitad, am I saying that right?
That's right, Admitad and MitGo. I can tell you a quick story about where that comes from, actually.
I would love to hear that story. Let me finish this intro. If you want to join in, jump in the Q&A, drop something, heckle us. We don't mind. We can take it. But without further ado, Evan, who are you?
Sure. So thanks for asking. My name is Evan Johnson. I'm the managing director of the American branch of MitGo. MitGo is a holding company of a bunch of different performance marketing companies, and it was originally started as Admitad. So Admitad is actually we're founded in Germany, a German company, and it means in German ad like advertisement. Mit means with, and then the other ad is ad, so it means ad with ad. That's the nomenclature of our name. As for myself, I've been with the company for about 6.5 years. Before that, I actually did a lot of traveling throughout Central and Eastern Europe. That's how I ended up with MitGo, Admitad. Back in the day, I was over there and doing a lot of business development work. I was the first American on the team, and I was the resident Yankee. I was trusted for all things, including explaining baseball and why you should never put ketchup on a hot dog. So it was pretty fun. I started off selling as a salesperson, connecting advertisers and publishers to our platform. Had a decent amount of success, and then in July 2021, I came over to Chicago, and I started an office here. And so we've been growing out. We got about 4 people in the States now, growing, and we've been expanding our different businesses and having a good time while doing it.
Beautifully said. Awesome. If you want to learn more about Evan or want to get a hold of him, I put a link to his profile in the chat. So go down there and grab him and say hello to him whenever you're ready. So tell me about MitGo. What do you do there, and what your presence in the United States is a little bit smaller than your German counterpart.
That's right, and actually smaller than relatively small in comparison to all of our global holdings. We've got about 650 people around the globe in 12 offices around different countries. Just opened one in Singapore, and we're working in the Southeast Asian market, particularly in Indonesia. But we are a group of performance marketing companies.
Okay.
Originally, we started off as an affiliate network, Admitad, and that affiliate network was started by our CEO, Alex Bachman, who previously was a publisher in the Xanax affiliate network. I don't know. Do you remember Xanax?
I don't know.
It was a German network that merged with Awin. I want to say like maybe 8 or 10 years ago, and that kind of started off Awin's global expansion. But anyways, he was a publisher there and decided that some of the tools, some of the interfaces weren't so good, so he started his own affiliate network. And so started off as an affiliate network, Admitad. We've been acquiring a couple of businesses over the past 5 years. That includes Take Ads, which is our kind of content monetization solution, Convert Social, our influencer monetization solution, Tapfiliate, which is a kind of a SaaS affiliate business, and different other businesses in different units. But so yeah, we've been expanding kind of vertically and horizontally over the past several years.
Oh yeah, I've used Tap Affiliate for a few programs. Quick, easy solution.
Oh, really?
Like you get launched quickly. So I like that product. And the reason I asked you guys on is I saw some great news about what you guys are doing over there. And one of those really interesting products that you guys have is the instant payout. And I'd love to hear more about what you guys are doing there and how this whole process works.
Sure, sure. So why do we make this? You've been an affiliate. You know that as an
Mhm.
affiliate, oftentimes one of your biggest pains is the advertiser isn't paying me,
Yep.
or he's taking too long to pay. I need the cash flow because as an affiliate, it is a business. You need that money enabled to reinvest in
Yep.
your business, whether that's creating content, whether that's buying traffic, or whatever. And so, cash flow is king, as any entrepreneur knows. So, what we did is, so in the standard, let me take a step back. In the
Right.
standard model, the affiliate brings the sales, they're recorded in the network. The advertiser can take 30 to 60 days to confirm that those sales happen, and then take another 30 to 60 days to pay the affiliate network, at which time the affiliate can withdraw his money. All pretty standard at this point, right?
For sure. For sure.
That means that from the moment of making the sale to the moment of withdrawing the money for the sale, the affiliate can wait up to 120 days.
Yeah.
That's a long time,
For
especially
sure.
if you really need that money. So what we've done is we've made a solution that allows the affiliate to withdraw the money as soon as he makes the sale.
Hmm.
Now, it sounds too good to be true, right? Uh,
It sounds like fraud. Like fraud's going to happen, and I'm really interested on how you're like combating this.
right, and we're mitigating. We know all about this. So Mitgo is mitigating this. Uh, you'll have to forgive me for that. I
No,
couldn't
it's great.
resist.
I loved it.
So what we do is, as an affiliate network, we obviously have access to a lot of data about how many actions the advertiser confirms, how many actions the publisher confirms. So let's say you're a publisher, I'm an advertiser. Admitad can see, on average, how many orders I approve and how many orders that you bring which are approved. And so what we've done is we've created a machine learning model that we fed all this data into,
Mhm.
and it can predict with up to 97% accuracy for any given order you bring, will that be confirmed and paid by this advertiser at the moment you bring it in. We can predict that with 97% accuracy. So what we
Okay.
do is we say, okay, if the model predicts that these orders you bring in will be confirmed, we will pay you from our money. We, Admitad, the network, are taking the risk because we are paying you before the advertiser pays us. Now, of course, we take a commission for taking on that risk, so it's a way for us to make money as well. And publishers are happy in order to pay for this convenience.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so you part of your revenue model comes from the commission from the affiliate, their payouts that they were going to get. You guys might take 1% or something, so
Correct.
that they can get an early payout and get that cash flow. Very
Correct.
interesting. Okay, uh, you know, my startings in this industry was at CJ in fraud prevention, right? So
Mm,
we saw I have taken millions of dollars away from affiliates doing fraudulent garbage, right? And I could
mhm.
see them like really gaming this system, but like
There's
my
different layers
first
of it.
thoughts, yeah,
There's different layers of it. Admitad Pro is like kind of the VIP version, and
okay,
that's for affiliates who have brought in X amount of dollars already certified. They've had a long lasting relationship with us, long lasting relationship with our advertisers, and they're allowed to have the money as soon as their sales are brought in. Now, Instant Payout Lite is a version where once the advertiser confirms the sale, then we make the funds available
I
to
see.
the
Okay,
publisher. So
okay,
in that case, we're just serving as like we're taking on the risk of the advertiser paying or not paying us, as opposed
yeah.
to the risk of the advertiser confirming and then paying or paying not paying us. So we have different levels of risk that we accept for different levels of publishers with different levels of trust.
That's very interesting. Well, that it is a amazing service for the publisher's part, and even better for the merchants because one of my toughest selling points when I have a long locking period of 30 to 60 days. for that sale is convincing the affiliates to get going because they might
Right.
not get paid out for 100 days. That's a hard sell.
Right. And let's
So
say you're clothing brand X, I'm clothing brand Y. You confirm your sales in 15 you got a lock period of 15 days. I've got one of 45 days. All things being equal, everybody's going to you.
yeah, so true, so true. I mean, yeah, all things equal. It looks like James Rebel's jumping in and he's calling you an OG of Xanax group. Awesome. It's got to be James. He doesn't show up on LinkedIn. He's just LinkedIn user. It's always funny.
Ghost in the shell.
Yeah. All right. So the instant payout, still really interesting and a beautiful product. And I just love hearing about things that are moving the industry forward. And this is definitely one of those products. And but you guys have very clearly found, like, why was this necessary in the first place? Like, did you
Sure.
find this problem
Sure.
from
Yeah.
feedback? How'd you come across this?
So we're a publisher focused network. As I mentioned, we were started by our CEO was a former publisher in Xanax, and our
Okay.
publisher team takes our publishers' complaints very seriously. And
Yeah.
we've just seen again, a lot of publishers are writing us saying, "Where's the money?" Like I need like it's a very very common complaint, and so we've started to think, well, the standard response is from a lot of affiliate networks, it will be, I don't know where the money is. I'm just waiting for the advertiser. And that's not that while it's technically true, that's not necessarily the best response that a publisher wants to hear. A publisher wants to hear from their network that we hear you, we're doing our best to push the advertiser, and we're going to make steps to create a solution in the future which will solve this problem.
Gotcha. A topic in the similar vein that comes up a lot in the PMA, where I'm a board member for the PMA, PMA.org, uh,
Great
and
organization, by the way. I recommend
great
everybody check them
organization,
out.
great community. You guys are a part of it, I would
Hmm.
assume, yeah. Um, and one of the big topics that comes up is merchants that bail on their affiliate program, don't pay out their partners, and then go jump ship and go to another network. And
Yeah, a lot of discussion about that at the last affiliate summit as well.
yeah, absolutely. And what we're hoping to, like, really create buzz about is trying to get some kind of, camaraderie with all of the networks to say, hey, we're not going to take on clients that did this to another network. I mean, I understand that's a hard sell. Like, you guys are making a business and you want new customers as merchants, but, like, what do you think about that concept? Like,
The industry blacklist.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, it is an interesting concept. Um, it's interesting. I haven't looked into like the specific legal details of it because it does require disclosing confidential information. If like, but it depends. I mean, there's always. I'm not going to argue with the lawyers, but it is good. It is good for for networks to band together for the common good of the industry. Like name and shame is I think is a net positive because it holds advertisers accountable.
Mhm.
And again, the affiliate marketing advertising ecosystem depends on all these players working together. And if one player isn't pulling their weight, an advertiser, then the whole thing just kind of grinds to a halt.
Agreed. And I won't drill into it too much. There's so much to be said on it, but I just wanted to get your take on it. I know it's a hairy subject, especially for uh, networks to be talking about, but I'm glad you have that same mind focus. I mean, one day in that perfect world, I hope that all networks can get together and figure this out. But
Because
yeah,
it's in the network's interest as well. If the advertiser isn't paying, where's our money?
yeah,
Like it is we definitely have a vested interest in making sure they pay as well. So
no doubt, no doubt.
yeah.
So changing topics, like Admitad has another solution that I thought was really interesting in the SMB space. It's Rise, and I want to
Sure.
hear more about this and what you guys are doing for that market.
Sure. So we've seen that there's a lot of smaller shops, smaller online shops, like a lot of entrepreneurs, small, medium businesses who are just getting started, and they are kind of dipping their toes in affiliate marketing. And there are a lot of solutions out there, but a lot of them we've noticed are kind of SaaS solutions,
Mm-hmm.
where you join and you pay a monthly fee, and you can create an affiliate program, but the onus is on you in order to go outside and find those affiliates and bring them in. So what
Mm-hmm.
Rise is it's actually a version of the full version of it's a version of the Admitad network with
Okay.
the full functionality, but it's just that you have it's self-service in the fact that you have some help to set up the program, but you recruit affiliates yourself as the entrepreneur or small medium business owner, but you do it within the network. So you
Okay.
have a lot more functionality to see like who is this publisher, what's their history, what are they doing, as opposed to having to like Google search like top 10 fashion blogs or something, which will take forever and won't give you contact information. So it's an efficient way to find a lot of different publishers.
Okay. Great. So you have a search system of all the publishers that have joined your network that you can um, tap into, or is it beyond your network as well? Like you find
It's within our
others.
network.
Okay.
Although we make it easy for publishers outside our network to join, especially because, for example, if you are working with Rise, then your publishers have access to all the features of the Admitad network, including instant pay. So
Hmm.
there's an incentive for publishers to work with it as well. Because a
Okay.
lot of the SaaS systems we've heard feedback from our publishers that it's not really convenient from the publisher's perspective. A lot
Okay.
of the kind of affiliate SaaS solutions are convenient from the advertiser's perspective, but we don't see a lot that are convenient from the publisher's perspective. And so we're making one that is convenient both for the publisher's perspective to help them work with it, and from the advertiser's perspective, and that it makes it easier to actually search within the network to bring on affiliates.
Great. And how are you guys making lives easier on the affiliate manager with this product? Is it a pretty intuitive solution that you guys have? Because
Yes, we have an Admitad Academy, which is a
okay.
series of educational videos, articles, um, webinars and such that like from an educational point of view, because we've realized that especially for a lot of first time entrepreneurs, people just kind of dipping their toes in, education is very important. And then we do have like a series of support and kind of educational emails that come out. We've actually been using chat. We've been experimenting with chat GPT in our search. So we experimenting with the kind of large language models in order to reduce that workload of our support managers and still get fast responses to
Hmm.
the people who need it. And yeah, we do a lot of help actually with the onboarding. It's
Okay.
more of that we're more hands off when it comes to the kind of the day-to-day management of the program and
Yeah.
the affiliate recruitment.
And I'm glad you brought that up. Education for companies, especially in the SMB market, that are just starting their affiliate program or might not have somebody to run the program. That's good education to get them started on your platform. But that brings up my sponsor of the day. It is my company, Performance Marketing Manager, the best way for you to train your affiliate managers and learn the secrets of growing an affiliate program the right way. So come and check this out. I would love to partner up with you guys, and it benefits everybody really on the side of networks because I'm just going to help affiliate programs grow more revenue. Love to talk to you a little bit offline on that, but um,
Listen
outside.
up, guys. He's a nerd. He knows what he's talking about.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Outside of that, the influencer realm, how does the influencers, are they on your platform as well on that Rise product?
Sure. Not necessarily on Rise. We actually have a separate product called
Oh,
Convert Social, which a lot of our influencers, the influencers who work with us, use,
okay.
which essentially is like a link generator, and it makes it easier for them to track all the affiliate programs and networks with which they work in one platform. We built it off an old. We used kind of the framework of a sub network to build it, but we expanded a lot of the features from things like Instant Payout Pro for this. But yeah, we've seen more influencers using the CPA model. Interestingly enough, traditionally, influencers haven't been using the CPA model, but
Sure.
we've seen that a lot of brands are looking for the CPA model, both as a primary way of working with influencers and as a supplementary way. So we've seen, for example, a lot of brands with which we work say that I have I don't know, let's say $20,000 in budget this month.
Hmm.
I want to spend $10,000 of it on paid placements with these publishers. A lot of times they're influencers, and have them on the CPA role as well. If they bring in X results managed by the CPA program, then I'm willing to spend more in their fixed placements. We've seen a lot of brands move kind of towards this hybrid of fixed payments plus CPA.
Gotcha. I mean, everybody wants to work on a CPA basis, a pay per performance. Of course, not everybody is interested in that as well. But you bring up a great point with the budget, like that people might have in place. Like, oftentimes, I've heard weird stories about, here's our Q3 budget for the affiliate program, and they tap that out, and then they just want to stop commissions or like,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Terrible, terrible. Because like
agreed.
what it's saying is that like, hey, you brought me a bunch of sales, and I'm gonna stop you.
Yeah.
And it's like, what kind of partnership is that? Like that partnerships are the whole basis of our industry.
Terrible like practice, but it happens. Like, you're going to come across executives that don't understand this concept of like, hey, we budgeted for all of these departments, like this is what we had for affiliate and you guys superseded it, so now we're stopping. Like, how do you combat that with the merchants that you're working with, and do you
You got to
set those
have
expectations
you got to
early?
have expectations up front and say like,
Okay.
look, guys, like, are you working with the budget or not? Because if we start to see it, then we can start to kind of, if if in the worst case scenario they're not flexible with the budget, because in the best case scenario you want to say, okay, you have your budget, upon reaching these goals,
Mhm.
you the budget will be increased. But a lot of times advertisers don't have the flexibility to move that budget. So we want to know that, like, if you have the budget, you have to let us know up front, so that if we're seeing, in a good scenario, if we're seeing a lot of sales growth, we can kind of start to throttle it down, or like gradually reduce the amount of publishers, like, and so that we can communicate to the publishers, hey, the brand will be approaching its budget limit in 2 weeks,
Hmm.
as opposed to just saying like right off the bat, you're done.
Yeah, smart. Yeah, giving them a heads up is super clutch, and that communication with the affiliate manager is also key. And speaking of that, with all of your platforms that you're working with these brands, what is what's the way that you guys communicate? Do you have like an internal chat platform? Is this like an email? Does everybody get an account manager? How's it work over there?
Sure. So with the Admitad partner network, everybody does get an account manager,
Okay,
or at least all the advertisers get an account manager, and then publishers making over a certain threshold per month
smart.
get their own account manager. So it could be that there's a publisher account manager, an advertiser account manager, and the advertiser.
Gotcha. Okay. And getting back into that influencer, like, you guys have a solution internally. What's in your opinion, like, what's the best way to mix these worlds? Because everybody wants that influencer that will do a hybrid at least, not necessarily straight sponsorships. Um, is there a good selling point that you have seen people use out there for reaching out to influencers that they
Sure,
like?
you gotta be you as the brand, or as the agency or account manager representing the brand, got to really do your homework to find an influencer which has a specific niche. Um, it's there's Because again, a really successful influencer will be getting a lot of offers from brands, but you want to find, like, I know, like, we've all heard the term micro influencer, people that have, a small audience but have a very niche audience. That's really how you kind of stand out, by saying that, like, I have this, I don't know, let's say I have a keto sports nutrition product. And so I find somebody who's both in fitness and in keto, as opposed to just like, I'm going to find every bodybuilder I can and try and sling this to them. So focusing in on your niche, and then also making sure that you have consistent communications of expectations, communicate regular updates and feedback about how it's going, communications on what are the future goals. All of that is important from all sides.
So tough to put all that in a short email too, right? Like, getting them on the phone is great, but sometimes they're too busy. Uh, I like to lead them into a phone call so that we can start that conversation and get on that personal level early on.
Mhm.
But not everybody's down for a phone call. Well, great call. Let's switch gears a little bit over into like hot news. Uh, Influencers and people are using Meta Threads, and it got real hot real quick. And then there seems to be like a drop off because the product isn't necessarily what people were thinking it was. What have you seen out there?
Sure. Well, first of all, never count Meta out. They are the masters of social media, as we've
Yeah,
seen. But it looks like they were able to get a huge amount of people on the platform quickly because they made it really easy to sign up from Instagram. And so what I think happened is that a lot of people like logged in Instagram and said like, "Oh yeah, I'll try out Threads." Went to Threads. Everybody gets on Threads for a little bit, makes their profile, kind of clicks around, but then they realize like, oh, I'm comparing Twitter and if I'm comparing Threads, I have an audience of 100,000 in Twitter, but only like 5,000 in Threads. Do I really want to like take the time to build up that audience? And like, so people are just kind of like, I don't want to put in the work, and
yeah,
they'll go back to Twitter, or should I say X now?
yeah. X for sure. Uh, but I mean, if you have an audience on one side, and it would be nice to have a nice hub for all your social, but um, it's always great to try out those new social platforms that pop up. Not every one of them. You think Meta's gonna stay with Threads, or are they gonna drop this thing off?
I think that they'll keep it. I mean,
Yeah,
I'd have to look at the unit economics to see like are the costs worth the benefits. But uh, every time Elon makes a crazy tweet, more and more people are going to look for alternatives.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
they just have to not mess up.
That's funny. Um, what about influencers? You think there's a good space for influencers to be on Meta Threads here?
Could be, could be. Well, one of the advantages of not of everybody having small audiences is that users can connect with influencers pretty quickly now on Threads. Like if I'm I don't know LeBron James and I'm on Twitter, I'm getting 5 million DMs a day. If I'm on Threads, I'm maybe getting 50 because there's just less people there. So now influencers on Threads can connect with their audiences a lot more intimately.
Okay,
So
yeah,
that is an interesting point.
good. Always best to get your name out there. Looks like we got another comment here. AI clearly a global factor, penetrating countless aspects of business, including affiliate marketing. With Q4 planning underway, what's the temperature of AI's impact?
Great, good question. It definitely makes content creation a lot easier.
Okay,
So we will see a lot more content out there. Um, if that content brings live users, that's great. It does like a dearth of content does kind of open the doors a little bit for fraud. And I know you have a quality assurance background, so I'd be curious to hear your appearance on that. But overall, I think it's a good thing.
hmm,
For example, AI is helping us in a lot of our chat support
great.
for publishers, and we can't discount the value of that. But yeah, we're going to see a flood of content.
Yeah, absolutely. And the PMA is always talking about this concept of whether or not that content belongs to ChatGPT or it belongs to the actual person that posted it. And
Mm,
that's going to be a nutty part of this equation in the coming years, like who actually owns the content that was created. And there's a lot of thought processes of like, don't use Chat GPT, grab it and post it. Like, you should be editing heavily before you ever drop anything out.
sure.
So using AI responsibly in this space can absolutely be more effective. um, but I'm always interested on how like merchants are using it. Have you seen any merchants try to utilize it out within the network?
I'm sure that there's merchants that are going to be using AI to make a lot more creatives.
Hmm.
I haven't firsthand seen a lot of it, but I'm sure like a lot of the posts that they put out, like say like here's a post about our summer sale, with like a nice banner or something. I'm sure a lot of that is going to be more AI generated.
Absolutely. Thank you for the question, Senior Revel. Appreciate joining in and tapping in there. What about events coming up? What are you guys going to?
Affiliate Summit in New York next week.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else outside? Do you guys have anybody speaking?
Not speaking. We do a lot of networking there, but we don't have any speaking engagements there.
Sure.
Um, I'm not sure what other events we're looking at in the future, but that's the main one we're looking forward to.
I've been really impressed by the evolution of Affiliate Summit's platform for making meetings. I don't know if you're in that same boat.
Hmm. So I didn't like it this year. I loved what it was like 3 years ago.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, this year the filters were a bit wonky, but one of the things that's always impressed me about affiliate, especially the ones in New York, is you ever go to the after party, like the affiliate balls?
No, I stay away from
Oh,
them.
those things get huge names, and I the first one I went to was in 2017, and they brought on like Ludacris, like they
Yep.
brought in like Snoop Dogg, like Method Man, this one like Redman. I'm always really like that's always the weirdest thing to have all these like affiliate nerds and then like these rap stars.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I always like affiliate summit. It's a good opportunity to network. Always good to meet people face to face, especially because everybody's working remote now, and so it's good to see an actual person as opposed to just like a name and who pops up in your inbox with problems.
Yeah. And it's always great to see what Sean Collins and Missy jumped off. I figured Affiliate Ball might do the same, but it doesn't. Like it's still in the mix, and they're still getting those big names of people from years past that were huge monsters, and now you're getting to see them in a pretty intimate setting, which is really awesome. So I you know I stay away from it for the most part because I'm busy networking and it's really loud in there, but still a good time
Yeah, yeah.
if you can make the journey. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap things up here. I really appreciate your time and being here. Next week, I'm going to have my good friend Kristen Big Time Evans and Nick Marchese in the first event of a three-way affiliate nerd out. So join us on Tuesday there. And then Todd Wiseman's going to join me on Thursday. If you would like to join affiliate nerd out, go hit this QR code up here or go to dustinhouse.com/nerd. And if you would like 15 minutes of my time, go to dustinhouse.com/explore. I will answer any questions you have about affiliate and point you in the right direction to get you that help you need. Evan, really appreciate you being here today. Any parting words before we go?
Have a good one.
Well said. All right, guys, keep on recruiting, and we'll see you out there. Take
All
care.
right.